Hello, Steve89. Well, I've been sick for the last few days, so I haven't really done any videos. There's been a lot of stuff happening though, but I had to say something about the new Batmobile. I just saw some photos, and I'm really happy about it. I really hated the last Batmobile in the last few films. It was just like a fucking tank. Um, it didn't look like the Batmobile to me. Now, the Batmobile in the Tim Burton films was beautiful, but in retrospect, it was a bit over the top. And then the new film was like a tank. This one, it actually feels like the Batmobile to me. It's just a modified hot rod. It's a car, which makes sense. I mean, Batman was discreet. Batman was in the shadows, hunting villains. He was a vigilante. He wasn't rolling down the middle of the highway, taking up 3 lanes with a fucking tank. That's what the other film felt like. So I really like this. It's basically I don't even know what sort of car it is. Sorry, I'm a gay. I don't know the cars. That's stereotypical, but whatever I am. I think it's a modified Dodge or something, but basically it's just that. It's just a black car that's been heavily modified with a whole bunch of little fun extras, which I'm sure we're going to see during the film. And it looks like the Batmobile from the comics that I remember. I remember when I was a kid, the Batmobile was just a modified car, and it was always sort of in the shadows, and it just had some eyes and a slight little bat motif, and that's it. That's really all it was. And I remember the first car remembered, it was just like that, and I still don't have a toy of it, but I wanted one. They did a line of Batmobiles a little while ago with a magazine. I got the Tim Burton one and the new one and the 60s one, but I didn't get the 80s I think it was the 80s was the one where there were two of them. One just looked like, I know there was a toy that was in the Superpowers line. I wanted that one. And there was another one that was in the comic that had the little orange sort of glass sort of canopy sort of, instead of like one windscreen, had like the two little things like the 60s one, but it was an 80s car. God, I just realizing as I'm talking how little I know about cars and how dumb I sound. But it's okay, like I said, I'm a gay. My experience is Madonna and Star Trek, not cars. And I know, again, that's stereotypical. Lots of gays know about their cars. Lots of gays are into cars. But I'm not. So, but I'm just happy the Batmobile looks like, to me, the Batmobile, instead of just a tank. The other one, it was kind of awesome in a way to see how strong it was and see it just ram through things and just roll over things. That was kind of cool, but it wasn't really Batman. It wasn't really the Batmobile. It was just like a tank. So it was cool just because of its strength and its size and its power, but it didn't really say Batmobile to me, and it didn't really say Batman to me. This looks so much more Batman. I'm really happy about it. Now, Matt Reeves is the director. He's been showing a lot of reveals lately of the costumes and that, but he's been doing it all on social media, which is good because it's accessible. It's gets the film out there, but it hasn't gone through traditional like magazines, and they could have had some fancy article revealing the photos, and in some magazine or some really known website or something. So he's gone a more social media approach to promoting the film. What else is there? Yeah, they released 3 photos. And they also show Batman in it, fully in costume, and it is Robert Pattinson in the costume, not an extra or something, but he's secondary to the Batmobile anyway. But yeah, I'm just really excited that the Batmobile looks like the Batmobile now, and I'm still not 100% on the costume. It looks very makeshift. I really wanted something that looked a bit more like a complete costume, more organic, less just like armor, because I feel like the Batman was this mysterious man slash bat slash myth. I like the way he was depicted in the first film as this mysterious sort of, is he real, is he a monster, is he a person? That sort of fear, because the whole point of the bat costume was to put fear into the criminals and into the public. And walking around in armor doesn't really do that. So, my battery's on low. For a second I thought it died. But yeah, I've talked long enough. There's not much more to say except I'm happy about it. And I just got all excited when I saw the pictures, and I just thought, I'm going to do a video. So I was thinking of doing a few videos, but I'm also kind of embarrassed being an Australian because of all this crap about the toilet paper and that. Like, I'm sure the whole world is laughing at us. I personally didn't run out and do that, so um, I was thinking of making a video. I'm like, oh, I don't want to. Someone's gonna be like, oh, you're in Australia. How's the toilet paper? Oh, gosh, hey. Yep, I'm done. Feel free to share, like, comment. Let me know anything you know about the Batmobile or what's happening. I love it when people tell me stuff in the comments that I don't know. It's great. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this Batman. It's being released in June 2021, though. That's like more than a year away, but I mean, they're filming, so obviously. But I'm kind of looking forward to it. I want the costume to evolve over the film. That's the other thing I meant to say. I want him to start off being sort of makeshift and then sort of get more closer to the Batman that we're familiar with by the end of the film. I want there to be some change. I hope he doesn't just look the same through the whole film. I'm hoping there's some development. But I don't know, because I don't know a lot about the history of Batman. So if they're following a specific era, they're probably just going to stick to that. This may be a look that was already done, and that's just what they're going to stay to, but I don't know. But I'm going to go. Thanks, bye.